guys, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Jersey Shore family vacation. As we pick up, Snooki was her usual drunked out self when she's drinking, having a nice time, fell out. So now they get back to the house. The power is out. I said, how convenient. Okay. All right, the power's out. Now, Snooki has to pee, and she's drunk, so she can't walk up them stairs. She goes into the pool and pees. I said, oh my God, Snooki, really? Really? I said, people, make sure you don't get... But production was prepared, so they got pizza. They got pizza for everyone. Mind you, Vinny was doing this weird thing with the... I guess because now he can't eat carbs, so he ate the protein instead. So he was eating off part of the cheese, mainly the pepperoni. It was the nastiest thing I've seen in a mile. It just looked gross. It was like a waste of pizza. And I can't even eat tomatoes or any type of dairy. But what was important about this moment was Ronnie and Dina finally had their moment. Because it kept being floated around that, oh, it was about Sammy, but no. The real thing is Dina, she finally said her piece. You and my father were actually friends. When my father passed away, because he passed away suddenly, he got sick, I think, towards the end of the year, and then he died like less than 6 months later. It was something crazy like that with cancer. And so she was hurt because everyone else reached out to her except for him, and they were actually close, actually a good relationship, and he didn't reach out. And so he was saying, yeah, you know, you were friends with Sammy, I wasn't, like, think about it. And he said in the confessional, going to the funeral and seeing her and us being in a bad place. So then he apologized to her, which I'm glad that he did, and it was a real apology. He was like, I know I was wrong. Regardless of what was going on, I still could have been there for you. Honestly, I was in a very bad place mentally, and so I didn't know how to even, put myself together to be there for you. But that is no excuse, because we're friends, we're family, because everyone was going around saying how you're all like brothers to each other, right? You're all like sisters to each other, and yet father dies, you're not there. So I'm glad that they had that kumbaya moment. So now the house is starting to become whole, but there's still one more person that needs to come along. Mind you, the power's still out. The power is still out. Nicole goes outside trying to figure out, wait, what happened? And she sees pizza. She sees pizza. I'm thinking, how long has that pizza been out there? That was the first thing that came in my mind. Like, how long has that pizza been out there? And, the usual. They had ants, which is not surprising. A lot of alcohol, sugar, food on the floor. Look at where they are. It was obvious that it was going to happen sooner or later. But they're going to go out for a proper brunch. A proper brunch. And while they're out, I think Paulie again, or one of them mentioned, some new faces. Anyway. The main thing was Snooki started to cry because she heard, I think, Imagine Dragons Thunder was playing in the background, which is her son's favorite song. So then she got mommy guilt. JWoww also started to feel mommy guilt, so she went to the bathroom. Snooki checked on her like, oh, I'm sorry, no. And it's interesting just seeing them balance the fact that they're moms now, and because of what they're doing. It's not like, oh, they're just going to work. They're going on a vacation, getting paid for it, having a great time, and no kids in sight. So I completely get why they felt that way. But I was like, dang, my times have changed. Ooh, this is a little too much. It is crazy how almost all of them have kids. I forgot that Paulie has a daughter. And I don't know how I forgot that. I don't know how, because Paulie's actually a lot older than people... Something just break? Than people think or even realize. Anyway. They're back. Ronnie's just like, oh, all this crying stuff. This is supposed to be like my dad... what do you call it? my essentially his last big bash before he becomes a dad type of thing. So now it's time for the guys to get Mike from, oh my God, why I almost say jail? Mike from the airport. And at first I said, wait a minute, why isn't Ronnie in the car? I said, oh yeah, Mike and Ronnie. So that, yeah, it took me a moment. It took me a moment. But the ladies, they bounced back. They're drinking. They're having a good time. There's some outside entertainment that that Jenny happened to have put together as well. So she got Ron lap dance. Well, it wasn't really a lap dance. The ladies were dancing around him. I guess it was like a mature lap dance, if you will, without any grinding. So MVP is back, and I was like, oh yeah, MVP. I forgot. It's just all coming back to me. It's just all coming back to me. And then t-shirt time. Anyway, Mike gets back there. Now remember, he's cool with everyone essentially except for Ronnie. And it's not that they have still personal qualms. It's just all the past has caused them to treat each other with kid gloves. Kind of teeter like, okay, we're cool right now. Okay, we're cool right now. All right. We haven't really talked yet, so okay, whatever. Jenny was so happy to see him because remember, a lot has changed. This went from, we'll talk about that later. But Mike is sober. He's sober. He does not smoke. Because remember, he used to pop pills. He wasn't really a drinker. He more so popped the pills and drank, which is why things got crazy, and smoked. But he doesn't do any of that. He doesn't do any of that because he wants to be whole and good on the inside as well as the outside. So he's going to drink water. And here, again, remember the people, because I don't do any of that stuff either, as long as you're not a buzzkill, it is fine. People normally don't like to be around people like that because they end up being buzzkills. You have to know how to manage your friends when they're like that, or whoever you're around. But Mike's the DD, the designated driver. The power miraculously comes back by the time he gets back to the house. But okay, all right. He has his own, well, no, it's not his own room. He has a room with Ronnie. Again, interesting. He's sharing a room with Ronnie. Ronnie already did the first toilet clogging of the... I said, oh no, Jesus. Really? We have to snake it in the second night or the third night, however long they've been there already. And Ronnie made the room his own. He had all his sneakers out, all his clothes out. I looked at that place like, I'd be like, Vinny, Paulie, I will sleep on the floor. Actually, why would I do that? I'll take the bed and sleep on the floor. Sorry, Ronnie, you got your own room. I can't. No. That's why I didn't go and stay on campus in college, because there was no way. If I had a dirty roommate, and dirty meaning them just putting their stuff over there. So maybe I'm using the wrong word. Sloppy roommate. Oh, no. Like right now, my room over here looks crazy because I have everything set up. But trust, as soon as I'm done with all this is going to be packed away, and my room will look at least more presentable. But messing with the bathroom. Anywho.
This is gonna be bad.
I'm trying to think what happened next. Because I went on that little rant.
Getting used to them, and we just need to learn from J-Rock. Shit was just out again.
Snooki's still trying to get adjusted to the new cleavage. Everyone's getting dressed up because they're going to celebrate technically the fact that Mike is still out. And again, even like, I forgot how interesting the cab rides are, because they're just because they're supposed to be going to this really swanky place in Miami, but they're not acting that way acting a plumb fool. I said, look, as long as you pay the security deposit and everything else, then we're all good. Yes, I said security deposit. You never know. Anywho. So everyone's there. Everyone's celebrating Mike. Snooki goes first. It was like, we were really cool, and then we weren't so cool, and then we came back around. I'm just happy that you're all good. And then Jenny, or JWoww, talked about how I punched you in the face because you were really a jerk and really just about you. But things have changed, and I'm just happy about that. Then we get to Ronnie, and I said, play all of it. I forgot how messy it was between Mike and Ronnie. I forgot about how Mike would always run back to Sammy and say, oh, but you know you did this, while holding that cigarette in one hand, drinking another, saying, no, look, he would do that all the time. I forgot. Obviously, the mindset is if you didn't do it in the first place, then he wouldn't be able to do that to you, even though that's true. If you're supposed to be boys, then you wouldn't expect your boy to do that. Now, and then when they had that epic fight in Italy, that's when things went too far, though. Because there's a difference between... See, that was the thing. I was fine with them fighting with people outside the house, but not them physically fighting each other inside the house. That's why I felt like, all right, maybe you guys need some time apart. But Ronnie said, seeing who you are now, I respected the person before. No. They're not good. This is the truth of the matter. They're not good. They're okay. They're okay at least then. They're probably better now, just being around each other and them being different state of mind. Things are probably better now between the two of them. The goal now is to drown the doll. And Snooki and Dina take the doll. I said, wow, Snooki, hold your weight. Come on. Hold it to your side. All right. 1, 2, 3. Throw her in the pool. I said, Paulie paid good money for that. You know that thing's waterproof. It was still talking. I was terrified. It was still talking. And then I said, what's wrong with you guys? Take it out of the water. And then they said the same thing. If someone sees a dead... Are you kidding me? In Miami? In a pool. Someone face down in the pool. Do you know how common that actually is? Look, do your research. Anyway, Snooki realizes that she lost her ring. Now, I'm thinking that it may have went, oopsie, into the pool. I would say, okay, shut off the pool. Shut it off. Shut everything off. Shut everything off right now. I would say, shut off the pool. Because they even had to take one of the production lights. So I said, oh, this is real. Uh-oh. And she couldn't find it. They kept looking, they kept searching, and that was essentially the end. Because now she's calling her dad, and it's like, I don't know what to do. I was playing around too much. And you have to remember how Gianni was like, you can have your fun, but don't overdo it. Don't forget that you just like, don't go and flirt too much. Don't go crazy. You're still a wife. You're still a mother. But then this was before they got married and before she was a mom. So I can only imagine how she would feel now, like losing something like that. That's also like, check Sammy, but did anyone clean the pool when Snooki peed in it? I think that's the major question. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week, Thursday. Oh, I'm so happy it's back. So happy it's back.